Hey, what's going on, Bingers? Binge Pulse here, back again with another video. This one I'm going to be doing my review on a hidden gem that's on Netflix. It's called Gridlocked, which stars Dominic Purcell, Danny Glover, Stephen Lang, and Vinnie Jones. This is a very interesting action film. It's kind of like a throwback action film that's kind of gives you like a Die Hard vibe to it with yeah, basically Die Hard. So yeah, let's hop into it. So it's directed by a guy named Alan Unger. Um, his filmography, I think he did one other film, but yeah, overall, I mean the film, it's okay. It's definitely one of those type of action films that uh, you're not going to remember, but nevertheless, it is a good time if you're looking for something quick to watch. I don't even think it's an hour and a half. If it is, it's 113 minutes. So something you'll definitely be able to watch, get right through. Overall, I mean, it's one of those kind of movies that starts out rather slow, but then about halfway through the movie, that's when the guns ensue. As far as plot goes, it's basically Dominic Purcell. He plays a SWAT leader, and he basically finds this actor who's basically like a troubled actor. He got in trouble with the law. It was something stupid. I think it's something with porn or so. It was a weird. It was a weird character. But he basically, is going to jail. But then the villain, Stephen Lang, he basically he wants money like at a bank. So he basically holds him up. Your basic plot. It's nothing fancy. I mean, this movie lacks originality to the extreme, which, I mean, if you're gonna watch a movie like this, you're not expecting too much originality. You're here for the actors. You know, Danny Glover's in it, and he even does his little famous quote of, "He's getting too old for this shit," from Lethal Weapon. So, that was pretty cool. But as far as the action goes, I mean, the way this movie's directed, if you've ever watched any show on the CW, this is this is basically what this movie would be off of the CW. If you like that, just cheesy action, just guys just shooting guns and just random fight scenes, nothing too special, but kind of that just mediocre, just mindless entertainment. I mean, this is that movie. And it's not bad. I'm not dissing on it. It's uh, decently choreographed, particularly with like Dominic Purcell, Stephen Lang, Vinnie Jones, those guys when they fight. And there's actually a girl on here, Trish Status. Looking on her page, she's actually like a fitness master, model, professional wrestler. So she's basically in the physical realm. So she plays a decent part in there. I mean, there's some scenes with her that's pretty cool. But yeah, overall, I mean, the action's good. I mean, it's nothing too fancy. My only gripe with the movie is, uh, and this is potential spoilers. So at this point on, if you don't want to be spoiled, go watch the movie and find out, for yourself. But so Danny Glover, he actually dies like close to halfway to the movie, and really thought that was kind of a silly move to do. It was kind of I guess, a twist, but I feel like for a movie like this, we don't need those kind of twists where just a random good actor dies halfway through it. I mean, I actually wanted to see more of Danny Glover in it. And if they wanted to kill him off, then hey, do it, um, you know, towards the end. That would have been cool. Maybe give Dominic Purcell more of like a revenge type thing. But that was kind of a letdown. Also, like Stephen Lang's character, I feel like his writing was kind of poor. It's actually very poor. The motives were just kind of off. His character was just kind of all over the place. I kind of, for his age, I feel like he kind of acted more of um, you know, uh, an agent, like in his late 20s, early 30s, some, macho guy full of testosterone, just kind of mindless. But whereas this one, it just didn't really mesh with him too well. His side villain, Vinnie Jones, he actually kind of was more of a voice of reason, which I feel like it should have been the opposite. That's usually the formula. But uh, Dominic Purcell, I mean, he's one of those type of actors. I feel like he's really good at what he does as being the tough guy. Problem is, that's just about what he could do. So it was kind of hard to follow his character because he's this quiet macho type guy. And even though it's an action movie and I get it, you got to have that mindless action. At the same time, it's just like there was nothing for the character. Like even some of the side characters would be like, his character's name's David. They'd be like David. He'd just be sitting there just with his Dominic resting bitch face. That's what we'll call it. But yeah, so I mean that kind of meshed with the Danny Glover death. I feel like Danny Glover being a better actor, if they kept him around a little bit longer, I think those two would have complemented better together. Whereas just killing him off, I don't know. I just kind of felt like Danny Glover like halfway through it was like, yeah, screw this shit. I don't want to be in this movie anymore. So just kill me off. Like I feel like somewhere behind the scenes that may have happened, but I don't know. But my number one problem, and looking at the Wikipedia page, this guy, you can't even click on his wiki. He doesn't have a wiki page. It's the character that plays the actor, Brody Walker. Yeah, I just feel like his character had no use in this movie at all. Like his plot was literally just pointless. The only reason why they put him in there really was just for the comic relief. And he wasn't really that funny, honestly. Like, it literally was just made to be a plow horse towards Dominic Purcell's character. Like, there was one part where he gets, like, punched in the face. So, Dominic Purcell's character hands him a tampon. So, the actor's like, what is this? And he goes, a tampon to stick up your nose, So, it's just, like, goofy one-liners like that. Like in the beginning of the movie, like he's like the actor's like taking a picture of I guess one of his buddies getting arrested, and his buddy's literally in the back of the seat of the cop car, and he goes, "Dude, when you post that on Instagram, put hashtag Thug Life on it." Like, what? Like, what are we getting ourselves into here? And yeah, it's just like crap like that. I don't know. It just kind of took away from the movie. With that, it just like wasn't that much tension in the movie to really grip me. And that's one of my pet peeves with films. Like, even though this had a good second half, the first half was just so boring that if it wasn't for me being patient enough to watch the movie, most people would have cut this movie off halfway. Like, it just wouldn't have worked. And the director, for some reason, did a lot of slow motion in the movie, and it was just kind of random. Like there'd be a scene where like there was Dominic Purcell and Vinnie Jones were fighting, and like Vinnie Jones is holding the gun, and then Dominic Purcell like unclips the clip, and it just like randomly just slow motion, So it's just like unnecessary slow motion that would just take you away from the scenes. Also, I had trouble like watching some of the scenes because it was dark. So it's one of those type of movies where you got to have like a flat screen, like watch it at night. Don't watch this movie during the day, especially like with an iPad like I did. Nah, ain't gonna work. But yeah, and also like basically the movie's decently choreographed, but like some of the scenes just don't make sense. Like the actor at some point fights a character. I'm not gonna spoil this part. And the other character is like really like a badass, strong character, and the actor somehow defeats the person. He has no fighting skills at all. He's not even like, according to the movie, he's not even a good actor. He's just one of those just like poser actors that you see like ends up on TMZ for like drug charges and all this shit. So, but yeah, he basically gets into a fight with a character that's a badass, and kills that character. And I'm like, what? Like, it was like you were doing fine up until that point there, and then it was like, okay, now it's just, um, it was just it didn't work for it. But overall, I mean, if you're looking for something quick to watch, hell, even background background noise, while you're cleaning your house, or you got about 7 or 8 beers in you, and you're like, oh, you're kind of not there. This is that kind of movie you're gonna put in there. So overall, I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5, guys. I mean, it's watchable. It's not horrible. It's just not the best action movie out there, but it's not terrible. So, anyways, tell me what you guys think. Like and subscribe down below. And until next time, keep on binging.